everyone, and welcome to the Miracle Mommas Show. My name is Ashley Sabali. I'm the founder of Miracle Mommas. We're striving to raise the bar in maternal health, talking about sensitive issues in both maternal health and women's health. And with me today, I am so excited. I have a very, very special guest, Stephanie Kraemer, who is a friend of mine, and she is beautiful on the inside and out. I'm so humbled that she's going to share her story today. And she is also a pageant contestant for the USOA Wisconsin. She is currently competing as Mrs. Sauk County. So without further ado, Stephanie, can you tell our viewers and listeners about yourself?
Yeah, woo woo! We have to get that applause going right now. No, hi everyone. Ashley, thank you so much for having me. It is truly an honor, and something I really believe in is sharing all of our stories, and we all have one. So that said, a little bit about myself. I was born in the Navy, but under the age of 5, my family, we moved back here to Wisconsin where I grew up. Proudly, I am the first person in my entire family to ever go to college, and I have 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's degree. I know.
Wow, what are your degrees in?
My first degree is Public Relations Communication Studies, and then I also have a bachelor's of education. So I am a licensed teacher here in this state. And then I have a master's of curriculum and instruction. So, yeah.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Thank you. It's been a long but very rewarding journey for me. And along my journey, that is actually how I ended up meeting my husband. So my husband Kyle and I, we've been together for about 10 and a half years now. And yeah, it's been, I know, time really does go by fast. And we have what you would call a non-traditional family. So I will not state the number, but we have a lot of cats. So I'd love for people to take some guesses out there, whoever's listening, take some guesses on how many cats. But together, I mean, we truly enjoy the outdoors. So I love hiking, I love playing golf, and then travel. You can find me traveling across the state or across the world. Probably every single weekend, if not every single month, we're doing something. And then finally, I'm super excited about this, but in the fall, I have my very first book coming out.
So tell us the title of the book and what that is about.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to share. The title of the book is called Naughty Girl, Nauti, Naughty Girl, The Naked Truth from Trauma to Triumph. So you can probably guess what I'm going to be talking about. Yes, I hate to brag, but I have experienced an extreme amount of trauma in my life. And I know today we're going to be talking a little bit about that very thing.
And we will put, for everyone who is listening and watching, we are going to be putting that information for the book down in the details below. And Stephanie, I understand that you have experienced what's called unexplained infertility. Could you define what unexplained infertility is and how it's impacted your journey?
Yeah, so I'm no doctor, and this is not some Google definition, okay? So for me, unexplained infertility truly means, well, for my husband and I, both of us being incredibly healthy, active humans who have been trying to get pregnant for years now, 5 to be exact. And although we've undergone a plethora of tests and treatments, nothing has worked, and there is no reason why. So doctors cannot find a reason to tell us why we're not getting pregnant.
I'm so sorry. But I'm also very grateful that you're sharing this. I think that this is really hopefully going to be resonating with a lot of women out there who may be suffering from the same thing. And can you share what type of infertility treatments that you have undergone through this whole journey?
Yeah, so it started years ago, and my husband and I, we always had conversations about wanting to have a family and what that would look like. Again, early on, those conversations happened, but what I think is often missed is the what if we can't get pregnant, right? Even now, I'm in conversations with friends who are so excited and they have upcoming life experiences like getting married or undergoing, other, again, fun life events and experiences. And they are planning for their future and planning to have children and talking about how many. And I think that is amazing. Please keep doing that and putting it out to the universe. But also, what I have found in my experience that keeps happening then is we're not having the tough conversations regarding what if that's not in our future? What if for some unexplained reason we cannot have children? So I fell into that same situation, both my husband and I, where we didn't think it was going to be an issue for us at all. Just to backtrack, we have incredibly healthy, large families as well. So my mom comes from a family of 8, and my husband's mother is one of 9, and my husband's father is one of 7. So again, very large families, lots of nieces and nephews, a plethora of cousins, and within our family, we don't have any history, any medical issues that would be preventing us from being able to have children either, right? So years ago, we started down this pathway of what is our next step aside from, oh gosh, tracking ovulation. There's so many apps out there. I personally can recommend Flow for anybody using that. It's not always exact, but that's something that we've been using. It's pretty accurate. No, I'm not getting paid to say that either, everyone. This is not a paid ad. But we've been using that, and oh my gosh, so ovulation and test strips, right? What happens when that's still not working and you're having intercourse every day for multiple days in a row? You're like, oh, okay, come on, right? Starts to take the fun out of it sometimes, if we're having real talk here.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing then was undergoing various tests. And the first one for me was the HSG. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but it's known as the blue dye test, where you are injected with a blue dye to make sure that, all your tubes, everything, you're open, right? And to make sure that semen can flow properly. No issues there. And even that seemingly minor test was not only painful, but really emotional. And I'm glad my husband was there to hold my hand, as silly as that sounds.
That's not silly. No, that's not. He sounds incredible.
Well, he really is. He underwent multiple semen analyses, and I mean like 3, 4, 5. Frustratingly, well, I don't know, ladies. They called him Superman for those listening. Frustratingly, again, there's nothing wrong, and he had like 900 billion for a count, which is basically off the charts. The nurse came back to us and was like, wait, she had to triple check it, not double, triple check, because it was off the charts. So again, good and bad, right? But I mean, ultrasounds, blood work, and then we even underwent 4 rounds of IUI. So IUI is the intrauterine insemination, where basically, a doctor will then take fresh sperm samples and put them directly into a woman's uterus to increase the chance of pregnancy. And it's all timed as well. So you'll have that, there's still shots that are involved. And I don't like needles, so that was pretty tough. But there was still some shots involved, trigger shots to know exactly when you were ovulating. All of that IUI process failed, which is why we're having this conversation today. But then all the other tests came back, positive, in that there is nothing going on, right? There's nothing that can explain why my husband and I have not been able to have a traditional human family.
That's incredible. And this has gone over the span, you said, of 5 years. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And what advice would you give to women out there who might be suffering with something similar, with unexplained infertility?
So I don't consider myself an overly religious person at all. Some might think I'm not religious at all, but that's not true. I do believe in this higher power. I do believe in the universe. And something I also mention in my book is that my core belief revolves around life happening for us. And so this is what I would tell everyone. Now, life happening for us is really an attitude of empowerment. This is not the same thing as toxic positivity, where everything is sunshine and lollipops and rainbows. Definitely not that. What I'm saying, though, is life happening for us truly means that things are going to happen, both positive and negative. And we get to choose the meaning we create from that, right? So life is always happening. And our empowered attitude comes from the fact that we have a choice. We can decide to be happy. We can decide to move forward. We can decide how we react and how we respond to any situation. And that's my true belief. So it has been very difficult, right? The challenges that my husband and I have faced. But I know that there is this purpose. There's a learning. There is a gift inside every single experience. And we might not know it in the moment. It might take us a little while to find or to unwrap and figure out, but it will be there. So my advice is to truly believe in that life happens for us, and believe that there is a purpose, and believe that you get to create what that purpose and meaning is. And then secondly, I truly believe that we cannot do anything alone, right? There's always this tribe, there's a friendship, there's a sisterhood, whatever, a community, whatever word you want to use, we have to lean into those people. It doesn't just have to be women. You see, Ashley, I don't believe that just because I'm a woman, other women are going to understand and know what I'm going through. I don't believe that a man or a woman could, because we all have our own experiences. So I'm not saying just lean into a woman because men won't understand. Well, women might not either. So lean into those who support you. Lean in to whomever your community is, however they choose to identify, as long as they're going to be there to support you. Even if it is a counselor or a therapist. It still baffles me that there seems to be a stigma against being vulnerable and reaching out for help and support. Absolutely not. That is that attitude of empowerment. That is you taking control of your life. That is life by design. And so find out who your people are and talk to them about it. And even if they're not your people yet, maybe they'll become your people if they're open to listening and having an honest, real, raw, authentic conversation with you.
No, thank you. I think what you're saying is going to resonate with a lot of people. A lot of women that I know who have been trying to get pregnant for years, some as much as 10 years. And it's really, I think it shows a lot of strength and courage that you're able and willing to talk about it today. So thank you. And about this sisterhood, I know that we're competing in the same pageant system. I know different states. I'm in Illinois, you're in Wisconsin, but about the sisterhood. Can you tell me a little bit about your platform?
Oh, well, thank you. So my platform, I probably didn't mention this before, but since all of you now know that I love animals and love cats, because I have a lot, double digits, that's my only hint. My platform is called Hearts and Paws, and it's truly all about animal advocacy and specifically empowering people to spay and neuter their animals, because right now it's not just an overpopulation crisis in Wisconsin or Illinois, it's across the entire nation. And then second, my platform, Hearts and Paws, is really about inspiring individuals and families to adopt animals rather than shopping for them, buying them or breeding them. And then finally, uplifting the community through various partnerships and programs. Right now, for example, one of those programs that I participate in is called Pet Therapy, where I have the opportunity twice a month to take an animal from our local shelter, from our local humane society, to an assisted living facility and have that animal bond with the residents and have the residents bond with that animal. So my platform is not just about animals for those who might not feel the same way and love them the way that I do. It's okay, because we really support the human side of things too. And by we, I mean, yes, the Hearts and Paws platform, but my husband and I mean, he truly has been there since day one with me. And he runs his own business, but he's also a volunteer at the shelter, and he attends my events as much as he can, and he will even work at some of them with me. So that in a nutshell is what my Hearts and Paws platform is about. But as you know, I could probably talk about it for the next 2 hours. So I'll stop myself there.
Well, thank you so much, Stephanie, for coming onto the show. I am very excited to hear the different comments and questions that we might be, getting with Unexplained Infertility. And I would love to have you back on here soon, sometime. And just thank you so much, and best of luck at USOA in November. So it's November 9th. It's going to be in Milwaukee, and it will be live streamed as well. So very excited, and I really do wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. You as well. Once again, I appreciate having the opportunity to share part of my journey so far.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And we will bring out some really great content coming soon this fall on the Miracle Mommas Show.